Good morning. Cookie's about. Come on, Bear. Come on. And we're just off on our morning walk. Had a fantastic night's sleep, and I woke to contemplate about how our thoughts and actions are like a food source for what we create in our world. So I shared the story of the two wolves, which I shall make a separate video of. Yes, it's very important what we choose to feed in our minds. When we feed the story of that creates the fear-based stuff, it affects our subconscious behaviour. That's 85% of us, pretty much, on average. It's always 85%, well, nearly always 85% of our subconscious runs the show. So, pretty much autopilot, how we do everything because of habit and conditioning. So it's really interesting to really contemplate what we do, because then it takes us away from the 85%, maybe gets us a few more percentage in the more conscious and aware field. The more we are aware of our thoughts, our words, our actions, the more that we are aware of what we're doing and how our ripple, if you like, goes out into the world. So if you imagine throwing a stone into the pond or whatever, and you see the water rippling out, our energy does that. And we're all stones in a big pond. We've all jumped in and we're all sending out ripples that just continue and continue and continue, and our ripple gets bigger and bigger and bigger. So if we're feeding say love, if we're coming from a place of love, but not jealous love or egoic love or lustful love, where it's all about ego. But if we're coming from that place of pure heart-centered unconditional love, where we're just loving because we love, we're not really attached to, well, we're not attached to the outcome, then that's the real place of being. And that's the place where we can be in that place when we're sending off our energy. We're just sending off love. We're just going to attract more love. We're going to create more love in the world. Now, that's not to say that we've got to be careful not to ever allow our anger or anything like that. But we have to find a way of sitting with anger, frustration and anything that's imbalanced. As soon as we use opposites, we push things away: right, wrong, good, bad, love, hate. It's like when we find that balance between the love and the hate, where we can love but even love our shortcomings, our mistakes, our lessons, our teachers, whether they're teaching us things intentionally or unintentionally, the grace, fierce grace we can get when we can receive it all and accept it all without pushing it away. That's where we want to be, and that's what I'm aiming for, to be in that state of mind where I can be there all the time. But at the moment I'm working on it, you know. Many people have, it's not impossible, attained that kind of, I think they call it equanimity. But for me, it's the journey. It's the journey, it's the learnings, it's the connections, it's finding ways to sit with absolutely everything, keep an open heart. And sometimes it's scary as hell, but you know, so I'm always looking at what's the karma of this, that and the other. Because like, I guess I practice karma yoga. It's pretty much a lifestyle for me. Everything I do is a case of what's the consequences of this. You know, if I choose to live in this way, if I choose to share things, if I choose to make this statement, how is it gonna affect the world around me? And now sometimes I am caught up in doing. The other day I walked into a lady because I didn't pay attention to where I was going because I was so desperate for the toilet. I walked into a lady holding her dinner tray, and the poor woman knocked a little bit of a Coke over, regardless of whether the Coke would have been any good for her or not, bless. She could have really needed that, and I knocked it over. So I felt bad, but I also thought, well, you know, I need to be more in the moment, but I really ought to go to the toilet. So yeah, it's so important. What we're doing is trying to be conscious of our actions, and if that's the only thing that we're doing, then we're going to be doing a real good job of being in the moment and allowing us to live our truth and a balanced lifestyle. So yes, that's where my head's at this morning. So now we're on our little wander over the little rocky paths. Amazes me how cars come up and down here, you know. It's wow. It's a beautiful, glorious day. The sun is shining over everywhere. I can see Alcanes, and I'm not sure about Castello Branco because in front of me is just trees and landscape at the moment. It's not open as yet, but it's a wonderful day and a beautiful day for just being and feeling into each moment and enjoying the presence of bear and the walking and the ground and the sky and the noise of the birds and the cuckoo's songs. So new. It makes me very excited. You can even hear bear peeing, can't you? So yeah, with that I'm gonna go and enjoy this morning's wander. Hopefully I'll catch you later. So a quick update from Creative Roots. Yesterday I didn't do a video, but I'd started off, but by dinner time I'd just and there wasn't enough things to video. It was a busy day, cram-packed with really cool stuff that I found really cool that you guys, girls, would find incredibly boring. It really would be. I didn't want to subject you to that. I had a wonderful walk later on in the day with Bear, and we met up with his friend, and they walked like they'd known each other years. They was absolutely good as gold. Walking past the sheep, I think they're just happy to be with each other.
Yes, they are.
Had a swim together and walked back. So I was really proud of him and his good behaviour. You know, sometimes he's just so good. You know, so good. But it's okay, you know. We're getting there slowly. And today I've decided I'm going to just really take it easy. I've got a full-on week coming up. I've got work every single day, which is epic. But I'm still like going to give myself today to just breathe, knowing that the week is going to be quite full-on. So I've really got to manage my energy well so I don't burn out. I need to keep enough energy for all week, not just today. So being mindful of that in this present moment. I've had a lovely breakfast, which was a bit different. Usually I have porridge today. I felt all excited, so I've done a fry up with tomatoes and courgette and peppers and cheese and onion, and it was so lovely. So I've had that. I'm just gonna see how today goes, really, and if I get up to anything exciting, I shall let you know. It's that time of day. We're out doing our afternoon, evening type walk. We've got Mr. Batty with us. It's hot, and Bear is not too impressed with the heat at all. I'm sure that he'll not be impressed at all come summer either, and I'm wondering how to insulate a special space for him. I know that he's a native dog, if you like, from somewhere not that far away, but the temperature differs so much in Portugal from one area to the next. So him being here is much hotter than being half an hour plus away where they actually come from, in the Estrellas. So when you're looking over the landscape here and you just get past this tree, you can possibly see the mountains in the distance. There you go. That's the Estrellas over there, and that's where Bear is from, as in that's his ancestors' grounds. They were designed and bred to walk on there and roam up there and live their happy lives up there herding sheep. So it's quite different up there. I can still see it's quite cold, and certainly got white on it still. I'm sure it'll still be snowing for a while there. So we're off on our wander to the swimming pond so he can have a right good soak and see how he feels after that. And Batty, in his usual manner, is just mooching about. He certainly won't go in the water. He'll just look at the edge once Bear's out the way. It really is a hot day, and I actually came out of the house with everything on. I've still not took my jacket or jumper off from this morning because I was inside working, and as I set off walking I thought, call blimey, this is hot. That's what happens when we're busy doing instead of being. And I've had quite a day of doing instead of being. But it's okay. I do wonder about life going into a monastery or something, and I think of the benefits of going in and being able to commit yourself to your chosen pathway. But then I think that what you're doing is you're also stopping yourself from attachments like having dogs and living with animals, unless you had animals there, and you don't have to worry so much about the bills and things, I'd imagine, in an ashram. I suppose other people worry about that instead, or they all leave that to God, or get different subsidies and things, which isn't really what happens when you walk your own path. And that then becomes your spiritual path, and managing to attain that, I think they call samadhi, or that form of enlightenment or awakening in a world surrounded by so many things, especially in your own world, doing your own thing as well. There's so much you can get caught up in and busy with doing. Well, it's nearly 7 o'clock. The days are certainly getting longer now. There's more brightness and things. Bear's almost snoring already. Elsa's settled down. You'll hear him shortly. Can you hear him? Batty's settled down. All the birds are in bed. And I'm just about to do the video and then settle down to sleep. It's been a good day. I didn't manage too much rest, unfortunately. But it was exactly as it was supposed to be, I'm sure. And still getting plenty of things done. I'm going to have to start allocating a day for specific and complete and utter rest. But I won't be able to have a rest day now till Saturday. So that's the day it will have to be. Or that's the day I'm setting as the intended rest day. I'm setting it today. Whew. So I'm going to send big hugs and lots of love to everyone, and hopefully catch you tomorrow.